Here's a confession. I was initially not too excited by the announcement of the iPhone SE last week. As a gadget geek who's been testing cutting-edge phones that fold in half or have no bezels, the iPhone SE's 2016-era looks was an immediate turn-off. But then I began testing the phone out in public, and on 3 separate occasions, strangers approached me and asked if that was the new budget iPhone, and that they were very excited about it and plan on purchasing one. Their reasons range from, I don't want to pay $1,000 for a new phone, I don't want to give up the home button, or phones are getting too big. Yes, they were older, all 3 were at least in their 50s. And I'd bet that they were not gadget geeks who kept up to date with all the latest smartphone news. I'm not making that assumption based on their age, by the way, it's from the questions they asked. They are the average, mainstream smartphone user. And truth be told, they are probably more important to a tech brand's bottom line than actual gadget geeks. And so I realized that, just because I care about things like high refresh rate and screen-to-body ratio and having the most bleeding-edge technology, most people do not. There are plenty of people in the real world who just want a phone that works. And to many of them, the iPhone is still it, and the new iPhone SE is Apple's best value in years. This part is going to be short. If you've seen an iPhone from 2014 to 2017, the iPhone SE's shape, size and design will feel familiar. Technically speaking, the iPhone SE reuses the iPhone 8's design, but really, that design language stretches all the way back to the iPhone 6. This means large, by today's standards, but symmetrical bezels that sandwich a 16:9 LCD screen, with a circular home button on the bottom bezel. The screen measures 4.7 inches diagonally, and the overall phone measures around 5.5 inches tall by 2.7 inches wide. It's a very small phone by 2020 standards. The iPhone 11 Pro Max towers over it. The iPhone SE is also very light at 148 grams. And therein lies the third major appeal of the iPhone SE. With price and home button being the other 2, this is the smallest phone in recent years, perfect for those who find modern phones too big. The iPhone SE is crafted mainly out of glass with an aluminum railing, and the construction is top-notch. My Product Red model has a very striking matte coating that makes it very nice to photograph. Much has already been made about the iPhone SE's $400 price, which is really low by Apple standards, and especially ironic considering previous budget brands Xiaomi and OnePlus each launched a $1,000 phone. But compromises obviously had to be made for Apple to meet this price point. So let's go over them here. The retro design is a major obvious compromise. The iPhone SE's body feels and looks almost identical to the iPhone 8's. Reusing existing parts very likely helped shave production costs.